stranger while traveling through this world below.
It's not sympathy that the Lord offers, right? It's life to whoever will receive it. Now that doesn't mean that you can't go to a funeral ceremony, although I'm not a fan of funeral ceremonies. And the only time I go to a funeral ceremony is to bring at least the words of eternal life. And you can't do anything for the person. And notice, I don't mean to sound unsympathetic or harsh. There's not a thing in the world you can do for the person in the box. Yes, can you comfort those who need comforting, who have been left behind? Absolutely. I have, as a minister of the gospel, I have done a couple of funeral services, conducted a couple of funeral services. I remember one we did for a lady that had been involved in our church for years, just a lovely, wonderful, spiritual person. And she was just well known in the county. When at her funeral service, the place was absolutely mobbed with people. Now, interestingly enough, she and I had planned her funeral service ahead of time.
Celebration.
We planned a celebration. And because she was in a hospital, she died of pancreatic cancer. Not a pleasant thing. But through it all, she was strong in the Lord and the strength of His might. And she and I planned her funeral service. And when we did that funeral, I did that funeral service, the director and the guy that owned the funeral home said he had never seen anything like that. Because you know what it was? It was not mourning. It was a celebration of life.
Of her life.
And it was a celebration of life. Did it pain? I promise you. I mean, her husband is a dear brother in the Lord, and he still feels the loss of her, of her separation, without doubt. I understand that. But the fact of the matter is, they'll be restored. Yes. They will be brought back together. And they will be brought back together. I want to just say this one more time, because I know that this is a real... Listen, I said that the study of the Sermon on the Mount is about reality.
Yes.
This is relevant. It's about the real things that go on in our life day by day. This is not about what takes place in a church building on Sundays, or not just about that. This is about the realities of life. And when I got saved, Alice and I have been married for a long time now.
You're not going to give a month and a day and a week?
We have been married for 44 years. I don't know what day it is. That's my problem. I lose track of days. We've been married for 44 years and 4 months. A couple of days shy of that. And I love Alice. I love Alice a lot.
Yes.
And, one of the questions that arose in the counseling I've done and the teaching I've done is, well, what happens after you die? Are you still married? Listen, this is a question that people brought to Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because it's a concern. I said, if heaven means being separated from Alice, it makes it a lot less attractive to me. I'm being real here. I'm not, this is, like I said, this is not a game.
Knowing that you have eternal life.
Right. Eternal life without her is it life? I mean, I'm just going to tell you, that would bother me. That thought bothers me. So I went to the Lord. I mean, I went to the Lord and said, I need to know. I need to understand this. I need to have a better understanding of this. And I just want to tell you what the Lord showed me. I love Alice a lot. But as much as I love her, my love for her is imperfect. I want to zoom in on this. Because it's important. I love Alice a lot. But no matter how much I love her, and want to know something? After all those 44 years and 4 months of marriage, my love for her grows. But my love for her is imperfect. But when I reach heaven, the imperfect will pass away, and I will have what is perfect. So, whatever you call it when we get to heaven, Alice will be there, and I will be there, and my love for her will finally be perfect. And her love for me will be perfect. You can call it what you want, but I'm looking forward to it. That's why most Christians are not looking forward to this thing that the world calls death. That's a fact. I know that to be a fact. Why is it then that Paul had this attitude that to live is Christ, to die is gain? That there is indeed something better waiting for us. That Jesus Christ said, let not your heart be troubled, believe in God, believe also in me. I go to prepare a place. That this true peace and joy that we have is not based on, we live in a world that is filled with trials and troubles and tribulations. You know, some of the old Negro hymns from back in the slave days are so beautiful because they didn't have anything in the world, so they looked forward to the promise of what lay ahead for them, the ones who knew Jesus Christ. As a matter of fact, I just talked about that funeral. Alice and I sang a song at the request of Dixie, who died. And the song is, "I am a poor wayfaring stranger." And it's about, hey, you know, things aren't great here, but we're going. We're going to cross that Jordan into the promised land. So that's something to look forward to. That should comfort you, because God is a God of comfort. In the midst of mourning, and all the stuff going around, we should have that comfort.
Jesus, will you come back here? Jesus, will you come back here? Now is the needing time. Now is the needing time. Right now, Lord, it's a needing time. Jesus, will you come back here? I'm praying you'll come back here, Lord, praying